when Adingra comes back, it's going to be great because he's been on flames. Obviously, his 2 assists in the AFCON final as well, and the way he skinned Oli Aina as well for that goal is that's the kind of play we're missing. And to have that back, I think it's going to be great when it comes back.
Yeah, it's really good to see Wilfried Zaha win the Africa Cup of Nations as well. Oh wait,
fuck's sake!
In Ciso. Oh, it's fabulous! A strike to get you up off your seats.
Mate, what an achievement. What an unbelievable achievement. We've seen the World Cup at Brighton now. So, it's just AFCON now. This is massive. Really, really
Euros
impressive.
next,
I tell you what, I'm so happy for him. Euros next. See, Lewis, mate. I'm just saying, I don't want anyone else to win it, to be fair. It'd be nice if Lewis is the one to do it.
It'll be Pascal Gross, won't it, for Germany?
Let's talk about Simon Adingra, guys. Yeah, for God's sake. Yeah, last minute penalty. He does one of them drivers against us. That's what he's going to do. I'm waiting for it. But yeah, no. Let's talk about Simon Adingra, mate. Because could you imagine? This is a player that was. Do you remember last season when we were talking about him on loan at USG, saying he's going to come over, going to be this great little talent? He's only 20, 21. And no one knew who he was. We would say about Adingra coming back, and even in our own fan base, a lot of our fans didn't know who he was. And then fast forward not even a year, and he's become such a great player, and he's only 22. He's now won the AFCON, and he got 2 assists, as Matt said earlier. Ben, your thoughts on Simon Adingra is not just the fact he's won it, but his performances have been... He got man of the match. He won AFCON Young Player of the tournament as well. It must be huge for him to bring back here.
Yeah, it is mad. Like you said, from being not a nobody, but a nobody, especially in European football, not that long ago, to then being one of the most talked about stars in AFCON is incredible. The amount of times that the Sky broadcast brought up Brighton as well, which is it's just mad that we were the talk of the broadcast on a number of occasions. It just goes to show how good the club is doing. But yeah, he was incredible and thoroughly deserved to win the Young Player. I didn't even know he won the Young Player of the tournament, so that's definitely due. And to get the 2 assists, setting up Haller for his special goal, because I know Adingra, we should talk about Adingra, but we need to mention
respect to Haller. Yeah,
we need to mention Haller. The journey has been on incredible. Let me just try and find. I want to get this facts right. Yeah, diagnosed with testicular cancer in 2002. Returns to professional football after overcoming the cancer in 2023, and then scores the winner in the AFCON final with an incredible finish. Great ball from Adingra, but just like the top of his boot on the underneath of his foot, puts it in the top corner. It was sensational. If you could write that script, that was the perfect ending to AFCON. And even just Ivory Coast in general, losing their manager midway through, getting rid of him, getting a bloke that was his first ever manager job, and then he won the tournament. It's just an insane story, and that's the beauty of AFCON. But yeah, Adingra, a shining light in that team for sure.
Yeah, I think it's just really special for him.
It was 2022, not 2002.
Yeah,
but,
you said 2002.
Oh, did I say 2002?
Yeah.
Sorry, I was literally reading it as well. How did I say 2002?
Sorry,
I was watching the Super Bowl yesterday. That's my excuse. 4:30 went to bed.
Just to clarify. Yeah. I think Haller would have been about 5 or something. But anyway, right. What was I going to say? Adingra, he was fantastic yesterday, and he's grown. I think as the tournament went on as well. I think you could see his confidence grow as the tournament went on, and I think hopefully he brings that form back with him to Brighton. I'm sure he will, and hopefully we give him a McAllister-esque welcome as well. We'll give him a big party at the training ground, get all the
so good.
sparklers out. Yeah, I think he deserves it. And he's 22, like you said, Ryan. He's a young lad, and to win the AFCON at such an early age and hopefully achieve great things with Brighton. We could have a European run and even win it this year. Imagine that, an AFCON and a European title to his name in 1 year. That would be incredible. But yeah, he's been a big miss, and I can't wait to see him back.
It's refreshing to see Brighton players not be bottlers in these kind of big games now as well, and actually being the player that changes the script. Because Adingra really grabbed the ball by the horns in that game. Like back in well, not even like 5 years ago. You think if a Brighton player's in the final, we probably do something dodgy and lose it. But yeah, we've got some clutch players now that have got experience in these massive games, so it's only a benefit for us as well.
Yeah, Lewis Dunk's going to score a goal in the European final now.
Because I think I was only saying. Yeah, Lewis Dunk's still Shora, mate. That's the trouble. But no, I'm glad you mentioned it because, I was only saying this yesterday, actually. Or maybe I was talking to my dad about it, and we were saying about the fact that it doesn't seem like long ago that we would pretty much irrelevant in these sort of situations. Now everyone's talking about us, but more to the point, like Adingra's playing in this final, playing so well in this final, and being genuinely one of the best players. It probably was the best player on the pitch. And as you say, like it wasn't long ago that these bottlers, the Brighton DNA was to bottle it, and like Alexis McAllister, for example, in the World Cup final, was probably one of the best players on the pitch again, and was probably one of, if it wasn't for Messi, probably one of Argentina's best players. So the fact that I say this about De Zerbi loosely because I know he hasn't exactly got a big stack full of trophies in his cabinet, but he's a young manager. For me, I think that his mentality and the way that we play football, I actually fancy us more in like Europe, or I actually fancy us more in competition football than I do in a league. Just because of, we're quite inconsistent in the league. We've had a 4-0 loss against Luton, then we come back 4-1 against Palace, then we lose 2-1 against Spurs. Probably shouldn't have lost against Spurs, in fairness, but I mean, the inconsistency of results. But then when I look at us in the tournaments, we're bang bang bang. We're very serious, and I think the mentality there, as you say, Ben, like Adingra. We've got these players now that are representing their countries at young ages. I think it's just going to keep breeding. And actually, I think it's going to help us I don't know about you, Maz, but I feel like it's going to help us in this last home stretch now for the Europa League. Even if we do bottle it in the Premier League, which I say bottle it, but I don't think we'll get as high as we did last season. But we've got a good opportunity now for 2 potential major trophies, genuinely, with our players coming in.
No, 100%. And I think as well, it's like you look at, you've got the experienced heads, you've got like the Lewis Dunks, the Adam Lallanas, the Danny Welbecks, you've got that group there. And now you've got the young sort of up-and-coming leaders. So you mentioned Van Hecker, Gilmore. You can even look at Adingra now. Could he be a person you look to in those moments? João Pedro shown on time and occasion that he's got ice in his veins. So you've got these 2 groups now. You've got the experienced heads and you've got the young sort of experienced heads as well. So you've got a really nice balance and mix of personalities and leaders, I suppose, that can get you through those big games, those big moments. So yeah, why not? Why can't we win the FA Cup? Why can't we win the Europa League? There's no reason why we can't. It's just, it's going to be tough. It's not going to be easy. But we have definitely got players that are capable of doing it. They've all played in big stages now. Look at Matoma at Asia Cup. Look at Adingra at the AFCON. You just look around the team. João Pedro played for Brazil. Dunkey at England. Like, we just got around the team just internationals and players that are experienced. And I think, definitely. Why not? Why not dream, boys? Why not dream?
I agree. Ben, any add-ons to that?
No, I think I totally agree that we do have a good balance of players, and even the young players are players that can come in clutch in the big moments. So, there's not much more for me to say other than completely agreeing. We are in a very good place in tournament football, it seems, which is something I probably didn't think we were going to be at the beginning of the season, but now we do seem to be. Yeah, same. Yeah, I completely agree.
Yeah, I don't know, just like when I saw the Marseille game, the Ajax game, I wasn't worried, I wasn't, even in the Marseille game where João Pedro scored last minute, I didn't think we were going to lose. I don't know, I feel like when I go into the Europe game, I'm like, I think we're going to win, I think we'll be okay. Whereas then when we're in the Premier League, like for Sheffield United, for example, I know this isn't a preview, but I'm not so confident. I don't want to go to Bramall Lane because I don't think we'll win. And that's just me as a Brighton fan, historically, seeing this against the lower leagues. But I don't know. That's just me. I don't know. I feel like I trust this more. It's probably just a mentality thing. It's probably not actually a thing, but I feel like I fancy us more in a European competition. But I don't know. We'll see.